Okay, so just a very quick stop here, just show you, this is the other type of generator, so this is the main generator that does the bulk of the park. So obviously much bigger fuel tank for that one, so it's got the same sort of run time, 2 or 3 days to take the load of the whole park. And it has been used a couple of times, but we're generally alright. So your standard double-skinned, internally bunded tank with running along the trenches. The little tank on a trolley over there is what the ground teams use for watering, because they try not to use hoses around the park. They try and use very directed watering as much as they possibly can, or not water things at all. Generally we're keeping with native species that won't generally need watering unless they've been recently planted or we have a very dried spell. So they just take a tank around with them to do sort of targeted watering when necessary. In the green cupboard is where they keep their herbicides, pesticides, where they have to deal with pernicious weeds. Again, weed control is generally done through behaviour and management of habitat. So rather than just spraying weeds, they'll try and remove the conditions that allow the weeds to grow. So removing any build-up of leaf litter and debris, mulching surfaces where they think weeds might be growing, and generally to remove the opportunity for the weeds to grow. And if that fails, then they'll pull them all out by hand, and we do get volunteer teams in pulling ragwort in the summer, if anyone's excited about pulling ragwort. But there are certain weeds that are obviously quite noxious or hazardous to contact and that sort of stuff, so there are occasions where they need to use herbicides. And they are very, can't get in there unfortunately, but they've got comprehensive spraying records of where they sprayed, when they sprayed, how much, and all those sorts of things, so they've got exact control over what they sprayed where. And obviously then monitoring of the weeds to make sure they've gone away. Any questions before we move on? Mostly, yeah. Yeah, because the majority of the plants don't mind because they are native, sort of, certainly southern England, if not sort of local to Hampshire. Okay, right, back that way.